Yes,
Yes, yes.
today is
It's another
Water Cooler
Water Cooler
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yes, yes. Hey guys, hi. Welcome back. It's another Wednesday.
Welcome.
Yes, yes. So my name is Dione Branch, and I am with Allure Dream Homes, brokered by EXP Realty. And today we're going to answer some questions that buyers and sellers always ask when we're under contract. They're like, "Oh, what does that mean?" And now what actually is going to happen next? So we're going to break it down, let you know what happens next once you're under contract, because this is an important time, and there's some steps, and we like to hold your hand, but we like to educate you as well. All right? So let us break it down to you in plain language.
All right. And I'm Lisa White, the House Money Mama with Nexa Lending. And we're here to talk about, like how Dion just said, how big of a milestone getting under contract is. There are so many other different things before you get to this point. It's really exciting. And now you got a big giant question mark on your forehead.
Right, right.
So
So
what are
let's
we doing? What are we doing? From attorney
right.
review to inspections, underwriting, title work, all that good stuff. It's a lot that's happening behind the scenes.
Mhm. All right. All right.
So
So
what does under contract really mean, Dion?
right. All right. Well, what does it really mean? It means that your offer has been accepted. So we placed an offer on the property. You really loved it. You were ready. You said, yes, let's make an offer on this property. And so doesn't mean that it's your house
Right.
just yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Wait.
It just means that both sides have agreed that we're going to work together in order to make this transaction happen.
Absolutely. So once you are under contract, then I still have to do things as a lender. Like, for example, I still have to do a further verification of income, assets, because now the numbers are kind of tightening up a little bit more. We have a specific property. So we have to look at, still making sure the credit works in conjunction with the new numbers that we have for the actual contract. Attorneys may negotiate stuff, and title has to clear. That's pretty important. So you really want to think of the contract as like your starting line to keys, starting point to keys. That's kind of what that is.
All right. All right. So let's talk about those first few days that they are really critical, right? So those first days they kind of set the tone, right? So the attorney reviews the contract.
Mm-hmm.
We schedule
Attorney review.
right. We schedule a home inspection, and the buyers, you really have a time period, right? So when we wrote the contract, when we wrote the offer, we set timelines, right? We said that we'll give the earnest money within 2 to 3 business days, and we said that we'll do a home inspection and provide our feedback within 5 days. That's typical.
What?
Yeah.
And they be setting timelines for me too. And I don't even get no say so in it. They just say, we need the financing contingency by this date. We need the appraisal by this date. We need to clear the close by this date. And then I just got to jump through everybody's hoop and put it together.
Yeah.
Yes, that's my soapbox today.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she does. Right.
Yes,
Get
I
it
do.
going. Move it. Move it.
Right.
Move along.
Exactly. And
Ah,
you do get those few days at the beginning for inspections and everything, but you should expect to have to sign a lot of documents. So this is the part. I know at the beginning we get into your business, I tell you that, but now we work your fingers.
mm-hmm. Right.
It's not as bad as it used to be because it's electronic, so you just click and click and click, and you can just click a little bit, but you should expect to sign documents, answer questions, and just stay responsive. I think that's what makes all of our transactions that have gone exceptionally well. I would say that it was because of the fact that you, as the buyer, the future homeowner, you were responsive. When
Right.
I ask you for stuff, you got to remember, I love Yolanda. Girl, I miss a Yolanda.
Hmm.
I would send her a message like, hey girl, I need this. 2 hours later, I had it.
Yeah.
So
And that's the thing, right? If as soon as you get the request and you provide the information, that's how quick you can close. Lisa says right behind her,
mhm.
she's closed in 6 days, right? But that's because the person was responsive and answering the questions that needed to be answered. So,
Yep, absolutely. Makes a difference.
all right. So let's talk about attorney review in Illinois. So really, Illinois is one of the areas that actually use attorneys. A lot of, everyone does not use an attorney in a transaction. So
Right.
example is if you were purchasing in Indiana, they
Hmm.
don't use attorneys, but in
True.
Illinois we do, right? And so um during this attorney review time, it allows the attorney to help you to get clarification, um, credits, changes. They make sure that during the um, attorney review process and you're doing your home inspection, you give them your request and then they submit it to the other attorney and you guys negotiate back and forth.
Yep.
So during this time, this is also a time where your earnest money is refundable.
Hmm. Exactly.
Whereas, right, so say for instance, we found a house and unfortunately it has major issues. And so you want to just kind of back out of this deal, say this is not the house for me. This is the time that you can say, oh, you can do that and get your earnest money back with no problem.
And you don't even need a real reason. You can say, you know what? The sky turned pink this morning. I don't think I want to buy this house.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want you to do that, but yeah, you could.
Right. Right. This is true though.
Took us a
It's
long way time to get here, so we hope this is the house for you. And the sky was purple didn't change your mind,
right.
but that's my soapbox, right? So
Okay. And sometimes the review happens quick. The people get in and out. But I think you can tell me what your opinion is. Then I feel like attorney review takes a while. Like they allot the first I think 10 days or something like that.
mhm.
But a lot of times they still negotiating.
They
Especially.
extend. So right, because
Mhm.
you have a time period, but then they'll extend until till everything is agreed upon. I
Right.
I kind of like it because you don't get out of that portion until you know that okay, everything is agreed upon and
Right.
we're gonna go ahead and move forward. So when I have sellers that are selling to buy another home,
Hmm.
during this attorney review period, I typically tell my sellers, let's don't look until after attorney review period. And
Yeah.
the reason is okay, now you know that everything is agreed,
It's settled.
negotiated, and all we're worrying about is financing. And
Right.
most of the time, if we've already checked out the lender said that they've done their due diligence and the
Mm.
person is just giving their documents. Like most of the time, the transaction will not fail at this after this point of
Right.
time. So then I say, okay, now we can go out and let's look and get properties. And when you're putting your offer contingent on the sale of your own home, it
Hmm.
also helps that I can attach a sheet and says that this their house is already under contract
Yep.
and attorney review has been
And out of
completed.
attorney review, they were like, "Oh."
Yeah. So then they're more willing to accept your offer at that time.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because people know that it still is an opportunity for the deal to fall apart if you're not out of attorney review, but it's a lot less likely once you're out because
Yeah,
everything has been settled. Whatever all the issues were, they should have been addressed and agreed upon by now.
by now. Yeah. So
Yeah.
let's talk about the inspection period and the negotiations. We're kind of talking about those right now,
Mm-hmm.
But the inspection period is that's when you hire a home inspector. Typically, their cost might be around $400-500,
Yep.
depending on that's on a single family home, and maybe double that if you're looking at a multi-unit,
Yeah.
and depending on how big it is. But I always tell my people that the inspector is going to find something because that's their job.
That's their job.
Right. Like you're never going to walk out of an inspection where somebody says everything's great. Even for a new construction, they're like, that little thing over there is messed up. Right.
Right. Thank you for saying that because people are under the impression that, oh, I'm buying new construction. I got nothing to worry about. No, that's not true. 'Cause
Mhm. Yeah.
some problems come from the onset of the building of the property. So, you still
Mhm.
need an inspection.
You still do. So,
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess the big question would be what's important? Like important enough to address in an
yeah.
inspection. Because if you got
Yeah.
55 items that come back from an inspection, does that mean you address all 55 items or?
No. No, you really should be returning at least maybe five. What are your top concerns? Not your top 30 concerns. Your top your top concerns, right? Um
Right.
Quickest way to get rid of a seller is to return a list of 30 things saying
Oh,
that you want them to fix everything.
right.
Also on the seller side, it's not good that you don't want to negotiate at all. You've lived in this house for 25 years. You knew that there was some issues with the house, the
Right.
things that you've lived with for the 25 years because they
Hmm.
just became normal to you. I'm
To
sure
you.
you go to
Yeah.
somebody else go to the inspection and be like, "Oh yeah, dang, I forgot about that."
Right.
I forgot I keep jiggling that door every day,
Right.
and I
Right.
forgot
Jiggling the handle. It'll be fine. Right.
it'll be right, right. Just jiggle a little bit. Or I forgot that socket doesn't work because I always never use it. I put all my lights on the other side of the house.
Love it.
Right? So,
Gotta love it.
right, but that's really that's the point of the inspection and the negotiation so that they can find those issues and
Yeah.
then you right report your top concerns.
Right. And usually people kind of focus on safety, habitability, and like major expenses. Negotiations on repairs and credits can add days. So, schedule an inspection right away. But
Hmm.
make sure like Dion said, is focus on those things that are most important.
Yeah, and I think all homes need a home inspection.
Mm-hmm.
Even you can choose to do a home inspection with no request.
Mm-hmm.
But because sometimes you might get in negotiations and this house you really love and you like, I'm willing to take it no matter what, you
Yeah.
know. So I would say all homes need a home inspection. So
Right.
just to give you some idea what the home is about.
Exactly, because even if you still feeling the same, you're gonna take it no matter what. You still need to know what the no matter what is
What
because
it is.
you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
have to deal with that once you inhabit, move in and take occupancy in the place, then you're gonna have to deal with whatever that is. So you still may need to do something about it, but
Yeah,
you don't know what to do if you don't know what it is. So either way, unless you are an inspector or a contractor, you already have that, expertise. But
correct.
a lot of us do not. And so we would rely on somebody as a professional to go and
Mhm.
check everything out.
Even when they have that expertise, we still go back and do an inspection. So
Mhm.
I may take a contractor back, to just look at the house and what updates they're gonna do, things like that. It might just be that you're buying this property and gonna rehab it.
Mhm.
So, but you still need to have that information, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So, while we're doing all this inspection and everything, Lisa should be doing her thing. So it's the loan process after the contract, right?
Right.
So, right? So at during this time, you already your pre-approval has already been set. Lisa's ran your credit and all that other stuff, and now you're under contract. So now Lisa's gonna ask you, as she say, all your business.
Yes, I do. And we looking at everything. You know, we have to source money, see where your earnest funds came from. We have to go over all the details of the contract. We're coordinating with the title company. We need to hire a third party independent appraiser who will come out and look at the property so they can assess the value. And then we have to see what the underwriting conditions are going to be from the underwriting. We have to fill all of those. We may have to update some documentation depending on how long it's been since we had the initial approval that, you know, I provided. Excuse me. But you should just have an expectation that we're going to be looking at a lot of different things. And so, like I mentioned earlier, to make this go as fast as possible, you submit things to me as fast. When I ask you for it, like you should be like, you know, I think Lisa's going to ask me for my paycheck stubs. I just got paid. Send it right over. Don't even think about it. Just send it to me.
Right.
Because
So
you're probably right. I probably am going to ask for that pay stub. So just go
right.
and send it. Don't
That's
even
it.
wait. Don't wait for me to ask for it. Just send it.
Yeah. And that's it. She's gonna have a list of stuff you need, but
Oh, yeah.
you know that those things are important. Even your 401k information, she needs to know all that stuff too sometimes.
Hmm.
So, make sure you're able to get it. You those forgotten logins. Oh man,
Right.
I don't get my check in my email anymore. They don't hand it in my
That's right.
hand. They
That's
go
right.
through
How
this
many times have I
portal.
heard that?
Right.
Yes. Yep.
They go through this portal and I don't know how to log in to get it.
Yep.
Start
This would be
getting
a
it.
good time
Start
to learn. Right. You better figure that
right.
one out because we're going to need it.
We gonna
And,
need to start
and another
figuring
thing
that
to
out.
keep in mind too is I think this is important to bring up, like especially if you're buying a condo or townhome, anything with the HOA. We are not just assessing you, but we're also looking at the property. That's why we ordered an appraisal, but it's even more of a deep dive into what the property is like if you're, gonna live in like a condominium or a townhome that has a homeowners association, because now we have to evaluate the association. They have
Mhm.
to be financially fit, and they have to have all their P's and Q's and their I's dotted and their T's crossed and everything in order for them to be, pass to pass, I would say, the interrogation that we're gonna give them.
Right.
So that's something to keep in mind too, because a lot of people think, oh well, I did everything. I sent you everything you needed, everything that you said, but it might not be you. It might be something going on with the building itself.
Yeah. Lisa, what's the appraisal, title, conditional approve? What are all those things?
Well, the appraisal is going to be the part we have to do to assess the value of the property. So we send out somebody that they go and they do a comparison of the other properties in the area, and they make a determination as how much is the property actually worth. Obviously, it's a problem if you're trying to buy a house for 250,000, but it's only worth 220.
Right. And
That
as a realtor, when I'm working with sellers, I just want to say we do something similar to the
yeah,
appraisal so that when we get to the appraisal time, we don't have to worry about whether the
well,
property
right.
appraises out or
Well,
not. So,
you don't have to worry.
right.
Not
Yeah.
every realtor does, because I
Well, I
have
don't have to
seen
worry
it.
about
Right. But I know you do yours. I can't vouch for every realtor.
it. Yeah. All
Yep.
right. So then what a conditional approval. I
Uh-huh.
think we should talk about that.
Sure. Yep.
Conditional
That was going to
approval.
be my next thing. So
Mhm.
conditional approval is really, I refer to when I'm talking to customers as a honey-do list. Usually people know what a honey-do list is. So
Yeah.
this is your honey-do list from the underwriter. So
Mhm.
they give you a list of things and say, okay, honey, if you do all of these things, I will give you a final approval for the loan, and you'll be cleared to close, and you'll be able to sign documents that make the house yours, and you get them keys.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
basically what a conditional approval is. So it's you are approved, but you're approved conditionally. Based upon these conditions, you'll be approved fully if you
Right.
meet all the conditions.
And when you get there, it's exciting because that means you're even closer to the getting to the final end, right?
Yep. Yes, you
So,
are. Yep.
mhm.
And then title, one of the things that they do, because I know you mentioned that too,
Yeah,
title is the company. They're like the intermediary. They're in between, they're the ones that handle all the transferring of monies and stuff between the different entities and parties of the transaction. But they also have their own services that they provide as well. So for example, biggest thing I would say is title insurance and ensuring that you have clear title, because
yeah,
it would be really crummy if you're the fifth year into your house and you love it and you're thinking it's the best decision that you made, and then all of a sudden, long lost heir from somebody who owned the house before you did, turns out that they actually have a right to the home because there was not proper recording or something like that, done for the title work. And now you actually have to vacate because it
yeah.
ain't your house. Because legally, it actually belongs to the other
To the
person.
other person,
So
right?
clear
Right.
title ensures that things like that don't happen.
Yeah. Also, they help make sure that there's no additional liens on the house too,
Mhm.
right? Because
Yep.
you could have like a mechanic lien on the house where they may have the
Yeah.
person prior to might have gotten some work done and they didn't pay the contractors,
Oh,
so that
Jesus. Yeah.
right. You can have a mechanical lien on the house, and you could also make you could have the big three lien on the house, the IRS lien on the house.
You're right. You Lord knows you don't want that.
Right. So those are some liens that could be on the house. But Lisa, oh my goodness. Why does Chicago take so long? Why Chicago deals sometimes just take longer than others?
Is it really the city or is it more the suburbs? Because I'm thinking
Yeah.
thinking
It's those suburbs,
it's them
those
little ones,
wonderful
them little ones
suburbs.
out there, them
Right.
little south ones. Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
because what they do is they have all these local municipalities, right? And they add on these additional steps. You
Yep.
doing a home inspection, we're doing an appraisal, and the city has to do an
You got to
inspection.
do a city inspection, right?
Why? If I say the house is okay, why you need to inspect the house? And why
Right.
do I have to use your city contractors in order
Yep.
to fix said issue that you come up with?
I don't know, Dion. It sounded to me like they just doing that for money.
I ain't said
I said
it.
I said
Right, right.
the
And then
house money mama said it.
right.
Because
Then
that's
you
what it
gotta
sounds like to me. Like,
yes,
for real.
I mean it is, it does. I mean some of these places they need the extra money, so that's what they do. And then some have kind of eliminated them. I did hear a couple of suburbs had kind of eliminated it.
Really?
But yeah, but there's still other things. They need a transfer stamps.
Oh, yeah.
They need a water certification.
Okay. Oh my goodness, don't get me started on transfer stamps. I'm like, why you need to charge $2,000 to transfer one person's name to another person's name? And then my other question is, why do both people get charged? So you're gonna charge me $1,000 to put my name on a document, then you're gonna charge them $2,000 to take their name off of it?
Oh, well,
Yeah, to me it seemed like this is more stuff they just be doing to get money.
right. But
I'm
unfortunately,
saying.
Chicago, listen, the suburbs have those. Chicago has some fees too, though. But
Oh, so no, Chicago got more on the transfer stamps than the burbs do, from what I've
right,
seen.
that's no,
Yes. Yes,
like
ma'am.
they got their fees too. So
Lord help. Okay, let me be quiet.
all right, yeah, you're gonna get us censored. All
Get
right.
us in trouble, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's
Mhm.
talk about something else then. The closing disclosure clock. You know what that is, Dion? Dion, no. Why Dion get
Oh,
quiet over there? You know what it is, the CD clock?
I'm like, what is he talking about? But yeah, the CD. Right.
Right.
It's like 3 days or something, right? I
There
don't
you
even
go. You
right.
got
It's right. 3 days. And basically that's it's kind of just allowing you, it's kind of like that 3 day rule for all contracts, really, right? So it's kind of
it.
like
Similar.
3 days to give you a time to think about it. She'll think about it time. Right.
Exactly. Well, and I have to be honest, I think that's a good idea because what used to happen way back in the day is, like early on when I started in what, 2007, 2007. I took the test in '06. But anyway, at that time, people would actually come to, we still had HUD. It was called a HUD
Hmm.
settlement
Yeah.
statement. Okay. And so the HUD settlement statement, though, would have way different numbers than what they had talked about previously with their loan officer. And because of the pressure, like, oh, I got to come up, I got to pay this money, I got to pay
Yeah.
this money. Yeah.
Right.
So I think that was a good idea to get,
Hmm.
so you can't come last minute and be like, oh, by the way, you got to pay. Well, them tax installments, they be getting us from the doggone title company, but that's going to be another episode. Anyway, but you can't come at the last minute as a loan officer and say, oh, yeah, I know I told you I was going to need $4,000 for closing, but it's going to be 7,500. Sorry. I know you got it in your account. You can just transfer it over. You know what I mean? They can't do
Yeah.
stuff like that now.
Yeah. Yeah. So it helps. That I'm sure that definitely does help. So
Mm-hmm.
all right. You also we pretty much we didn't even tell them that they were clear to close when they get that CD.
Well, CD don't mean you clear the clothes, but CD
No?
does have to be done before you get CD is what you have to get to give you the closing disclosure gives you all the
Mhm.
costs, fees, and credits that are part. So it itemizes everything. Like if you're an accountant, you would understand it really well. It's basically like a balance sheet. So it gives
Okay.
you all the costs and it gives you all the credits, and then you have a bottom line number then that becomes your cash to close as the buyer.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Well, I don't do a final walkthrough until you are clear to close. Right.
Yes, yes, you want to wait until we are clear to close before you do your final walkthrough. Yeah.
Right. And the closing day has been set. So after all this stuff, Lisa's been in your business all this time. I, you giving them documents left and right. You telling me, oh, she asked me all that already. I'm like,
Right.
well, she probably needs it again in a different type of way, or whatever you gave her wasn't enough. So
Right.
she needs it somewhere else. So, but after all that, Lisa sends this wonderful email or gives you this wonderful call that says that you are
Clear the
clear,
close. Wait, hold on.
clear to close. And
Yes.
so and that's it. So that's an exciting time because now you know, like I'm getting ready to go to the table and sign all these documents and everything. And so then what we decide to do at that time, Lisa, is at that time what we decide to do is our final walkthrough, right? So we said, okay, your clear close, your closing date has been scheduled, and we are going to do a final walkthrough of the house. We typically do that like 2 days before, and go from there. So right. Is that what we're doing? You did all that.
That's, yes, I was like, I got some pom poms. I'm going to find them.
Oh Lord, yeah, mercy. Right.
Yes.
So during that, so we do the final walkthrough. We look at, make sure that all the things that you requested from during the home inspection and that they agreed to do has
Yes.
been done. So that's a good point. During this time, you can bring your inspector back typically they charge you again, not the full amount, but just a portion
Right.
of the inspection. And sometimes it's good to have them. With my last closing, um, they said, "Oh, we're gonna bring our inspector back." I said, "Okay, fine," and nothing was done. None of the
Nothing was done.
nothing was done.
What?
Right?
Are
And
you
so
serious?
none of the requests were completed. The
Wow.
simple thing was done, but the major things weren't done. There was a
Hmm.
raccoon, dead raccoon in the yeah, yeah.
Wow.
There was a dead raccoon in the attic, and we came
Not in
back
the house. Ugh.
exactly, and it was still there.
Oh my
It was
goodness.
still there. We're like, wait, what? You didn't get rid of the raccoon like you said you was doing these things.
Oh, right. Like y'all could at least done that now.
Right. So sometimes, I'm torn between whether, I be like, oh, you probably don't need them, because they've done it. I guess I think people are honest, and
Yeah.
I don't think this person wasn't honest. Um, so I can't really say, but it's good to do the final walkthrough before closing.
Well, someone was very misleading.
Yeah.
Yes. So let's talk a little. I know we over time now. So let's wrap this up real quick because I think this is really important to bring up.
Hmm.
One, the day of closing, really, really, really important. People don't even think about this. It's not a big deal if you already carry it with you, but bring your ID, please. Government issued, unexpired photo ID, driver's license, state ID. Please have it with you and make sure
Right.
you follow the instructions that we give you for how to remit funds to the title company for your cash to close. The other thing is keep some things in mind. Excuse me. You're going to go over because we are an attorney state. You will review all the documents with the attorney. They'll walk you through everything and explain everything as you sign it. But if something gets delayed, first of all, don't freak out. Just because it gets delayed doesn't mean it's some kind of disaster and that it's not going to go through. There may be
Sure.
some last minute stuff that came up. What have you seen that's come up like last minute for an actual closing to delay a closing?
Well, appraisal questions,
Okay.
items that need to be addressed from the appraisal, inspection, negotiations,
Hmm.
things like that. Like we just talked about, items said that they were going to be repaired but not done, and so then, we wait. Sometimes the buyer say, "Hey, I want to wait until everything is actually completed."
Hmm.
You know, some comes up on the title. It's a good thing because you want it found. You want those things
Hmm.
found, right? And
Yep.
then the other thing is slow responses. We told you. She asked for it, you give it to her. That's all. That's all.
Right.
Just hand it over.
Just hand it over. Because contract to close is an active process. So request for documents, that doesn't mean trouble. Updates doesn't mean trouble. It just means the file is moving in the direction that it's supposed. So we have to know the timeline, understand it, and then so that should reduce some of your stress, because you understand, okay, it takes this amount of time to get things done, and it's normal for them to ask questions and update things and dig deeper and stuff like that. I mean, unless you hide money, with the mob or something, like,
Right.
or lying on your application, you really honestly, you shouldn't have a problem.
Shouldn't have a
Even up
problem.
front
Sure.
from the beginning, we know exactly what we're dealing with. So if I can't speak for every loan officer, but if you told me everything up front from the beginning and I know what I'm working with, I wouldn't have you go out with the pre-approval if I didn't think that we could close your loan. If I wasn't confident that we can close the loan.
Yeah, yeah. So what do buyers and sellers should expect? I say expect communication, right? So we always like to make sure that we're talking and explaining to you
Hmm.
um, the process, what's needed. That's why I said we're going to go through all of this. We don't expect you to memorize it. because we're going to communicate it with you as you go through the process. So you'll know what's going on. Expect updates, right?
Yep,
Regular updates, knowing what's happening. We have great attorneys that work with us to keep
we
the
do.
process going, and helping troubleshoot if something happens. So we do. We definitely have a great team, and that's what we need. We have teamwork. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. Have
Mhm.
it needed, have it needed.
Right. Everybody has a role, and we try to keep the transaction on track. So
Yep. We want to have a smooth process. We don't want no surprises, not unless it's my birthday. Other
yeah.
than that, no surprises, right?
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. So
Well, we at the end of another water cooler Wednesday. Whoop, whoop. Oh, wait.
her needs pom poms.
Right. I don't know why you hating on my pump.
Woo, right.
I'm gonna
So
get you some. I'm gonna send them to your house.
exactly right. But we are so excited for you all to join us again for another Water Cooler Wednesday. We love coming each week talking to
We
you
do.
about things about the home buying process and understanding what's going on. And when you're ready, you can always give us a call. Uh, First step is here she go. First step is work with Lisa White of Nexa Lending. You get your pre-approval. You get your pre-approval,
And
and
your pump
then right, and she'll give you a pom pom when you get pre-approved. Right.
up.
And then you can work with me, DI Branch and Little Dream Homes, and I can help you as far as finding the house, selling your home, or also just connecting you with some of my team members that could definitely help us through this process. All
All
right.
right. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out tonight and viewing Water Cooler Wins. We hope you got something great out of this. And if you have any questions, make sure you reach out to us. We're more than happy to answer.